In this tutorial, we will discuss the product of vectors. This can be basically classified into scalar product and vector product. We have already seen the multiplication of vector by a scalar quantity. Now we are going to discuss how to multiply two vectors. So as dot product and cross product. Let us discuss about the first one, scalar product. It is also called dot product. Let us consider non-zero vectors, A vector and B vector. They have subtended an angle theta. So this theta lies between 0 and pi. Now the A dot B, that is the scalar product or the dot product. Since we fixed the dot here, it is called a dot product. So dot product of vector A and vector B is equal to modulus of vector A into modulus of vector B, then into cos theta. So this is the scalar product formula, that is the dot product formula. As you know, when we represent the vector by a modulus, that is modulus of vector A, it indicates the magnitude of that vector. Similarly, B, the magnitude of vector B. And then there are 7 important observations of dot product. First of all, vector A dot vector B is a real number. It is not imaginary, it is a real number. That is, the product, the result of the product is a real number. Then, second point, let A vector and B vector are non-zero vectors. So these are non-zero vectors. It means they are not zero. But when the result is a 0, that is A dot B, vector A dot vector B, that is equal to 0, it means this is possible if and only if vector A and vector B are perpendicular to each other. Let me say that is, this is vector A, this is vector B. So it is perpendicular. So when the theta is perpendicular, that is 90 degree, it means when these two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then naturally theta is 90 degree. You know, that is, what is the formula? Cos theta. So cos 90 degree is 0, and that is why the product is 0. It doesn't mean that one of the vectors are 0. No. Do you understand? It is because of the theta is equal to 90 degree, and hence the product is 0. Do you understand? And that is why they have clearly identified these A and B vectors are non-zero vectors. Do you understand now? Right. So simply speaking, A dot B vector A dot vector B is equal to 0 when A vector is perpendicular to B vector. So this is the second property or second observation. And the third observation is when theta is equal to 0. What do you mean by that? That is, A and B are moving in the same direction, is it not? So when theta is equal to 0, let me say this is A and this is B. Now theta is equal to 0. The angle between them is 0 means what? It is collinear, is it not? So almost it lies on the same vector. So vector A lies on vector B. So in that case, you know very well, cos theta. So theta is equal to 0. So cos 0 is equal to 1. It means A dot B, vector A dot vector B is equal to the product of their magnitude. Do you understand? That is magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Do you understand this? Right. Then suppose vector A dot vector A. It means what? Magnitude of both of them are equal and their direction is also equal. So in that case theta is equal to 0. Then it becomes A squared. Is it not? After all, the magnitude of A into magnitude of another A. So A squared. Okay? Right. Let us proceed further. When theta is equal to 180 degree, it means what? They are opposite. So this is vector A. Now the vector B, it goes like this. Okay. And it makes an angle 180 degree. Is it not? 180 degree. So in that case, theta is equal to 180 degree. So, cos 180 degree, that is cos pi, that is equal to minus 1, is it not? So in that case, now it is minus into the product of their magnitude. You understand? And suppose A vector is equal to B vector and the angle is also that is pi 180 degree. Then in that case it is minus of modulus of vector A squared, that is minus A squared. And then fifth case, let us consider the observation the 2 and 3 where they are mutually perpendicular unit vectors. Let us, it is involving three vectors I, j, k, orthogonal vectors. So I vector, I cap, that is the unit vector along x-axis. Y-axis, that is unit vector, is that, j cap. And k cap is z1. Okay, k cap, that is the unit vector along z-axis. Are you able to follow? So this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. Okay, right. Now, when you multiply by scalar, that is I vector I cap dot I cap, that is equal to 1. So similarly j dot is equal to 1. K dot k cap dot k cap is equal to 1. But I dot I cap dot j cap is equal to 0. Do you know why? Because they are perpendicular to each other. Is it not? So cos 90 is equal to 0. So the resultant is 0. That's simple. Okay. So I dot j or j dot k or k cap dot I cap, that is equal to 0. Okay. Right. And the sixth observation is the angle between the two non-zero vectors here, A and B, is given by, we know already, that is vector A dot vector B is equal to modulus of A into modulus of B vector into cos theta. So we are interested in cos theta, that is theta. So cos theta is equal to what? Just rearrange. Therefore, A dot B divided by modulus of A into modulus of B vector. Okay. Then theta is equal to what? Cos inverse of this quantity. Is it not? So A dot B, cos inverse of A dot B divided by modulus of A into modulus of B. Okay, right. Now the seventh property is very important. That is a very important observation. The scalar product is commutative. It means you can reverse it. A dot B is equal to B dot A. So both of them yield the same result. Okay, so it is commutative. So we have discussed 7 important properties or observations of what? Scalar product, that is dot product. Okay, right. Now let us proceed with the set of properties, that is distributivity of scalar product over addition. So let us consider A dot B plus C is equal to, so it is distributive, A dot B plus A dot C. And similarly property 2, that is vector A and vector B are two vectors and the lambda is any scalar. So in that case lambda A dot B is equal to what? Lambda A vector dot B vector, and this lambda can be taken outside the bracket also. So you can put lambda of A dot B vector also. Otherwise you can associate. So this can be associated in many ways. Okay, right. And this is the that is very important property. Here you can see this A dot B we have already indicated as component of vectors. So the A vector can be indicated as a component of vector. How? A1 I cap, A2 j cap, A3 k cap. Similarly, B vector B1 I cap plus B2 j cap plus B3 k cap. Now we can multiply this. So when you multiply all these things, you will get what? That is, we already know you have to apply the formula. I cap dot I cap is equal to 1. But I cap dot j cap is equal to 0. So wherever the similar vectors, unit vectors are multiplied, it becomes 1, and dissimilar, it becomes 0. So likewise, you can proceed, and ultimately you are able to get this equation a1 b1 plus a2 b2. You slowly work out, then you can understand. So a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. So it is mere. So in that case, vector a dot vector b, the scalar product in terms of their component of vectors, okay, is nothing but the sum of their product of component vectors magnitude. So here a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. So the resultant is a Pucker magnitude. It doesn't have a direction. Okay, right. So this is another important property. Then now let us move, and a very important aspect about the projection of vector on a line. What is that? Now let us consider this. Here let us consider the first case. Now A to C, that is vector P, A to B, vector A. So we have these two vectors, and the line joining B and C is perpendicular. Okay, now you know very well theta is the angle subtended by vector A to vector P, is it not? Right. So that theta lies between 0 degree and 90 degree. So it means it is in the first quadrant. Okay, so this is case 1. Now let us consider the other one, that is it has gone to the other quadrant, that is second quadrant, that is 90. It lies between 90 and 180, means that is it has come to the second quadrant, and this indicates what? The third quadrant, 80, 180 to 270. So similarly this one, fourth quadrant. Okay, so now we are analyzing all these three. It is called the projection of vector on a line L. Okay, so on a line L, how these vectors can be projected. So these are our observations. Let us find out the first observation. If P vector is a unit vector along the line L, then the projection of a vector, what is that? The projection of a vector A on the line L is given by A dot B. That is vector A dot P cap. Okay. And similarly, projection of vector A on the vector B is given by now vector A dot what? B cap, that is unit vector, or vector A is into, that is dot here, and we know already B cap can be written as what? Vector B divided by modulus of vector. So that's what we were given. So or it can be written as what? A vector dot B vector, so divided by B vector. So a vector dot and unit vector of B, okay, that can be written in the form of A dot B vector divided by the B vector modulus. Okay, so it means now if theta is equal to 0, then the projection vector AB will be AB itself when and if theta is equal to pi, that is 180 degree. Okay, then the projection of AB will be reversed in this direction. So if AB is, I mean, the theta is equal to 0 means AB lies on AB only. When theta is equal to pi, then it is in the opposite direction. That is, the projection will be reversed. That is, AB is reversed. That is BA. That we have already seen here. It is reversed in this case. And that is the second case. Then, so the another one, if theta is equal to pi by 2, as we already discussed, whether it is pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2, in both the cases it is a 90 degree or 270 degree. So 90 degree, either 90 degree or 270 means that is theta is equal to pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2, that is 1 and a half pi. Then the projection vector will be 0 because it is 90 degrees. So cos 90 is going to be 0. Okay, right. And then so here there is a very important remarks here. We know already alpha, beta, gamma are the direction angles of vector A with the components A1i, A2j, A3k. Then the direction cosine can be written as a cos alpha is equal to A vector dot I cap divided by A vector modulus into I cap modulus. Okay, so that results I cap modulus means what? That is 1, is it not? Therefore, A1 divided by modulus of A, that's all. So, this is the another that is interpretation. Similarly, A2 by A vector and A3 by A vector modulus. Okay, so cos beta is equal to A2 by A modulus. Similarly, cos gamma is equal to A3 divided by A modulus, that is A vector modulus. So here when I say A vector modulus means that is its magnitude, is it not? So if A vector is unit vector, then it may be expressed as what? That is A is equal to cos alpha I cap plus cos beta j cap plus cos gamma k cap. Okay, so what we have done, we have just replaced that the A1, B1, C1. Okay, A1, A2, A3. Okay, we have replaced all these things. Clear? Right. And we should know something about the condition of a collinearity. So when vector AC is equal to modulus of vector AC is equal to modulus of vector AB plus modulus of vector BC. Okay, so this is the condition. How? Because AB and AC that constitute AC, is it not? AB plus BC that constitute AC, is it not? You've got A, you've got B, I mean C, in between that B. So if it is collinear, then it is very easy. AC plus BC gives AC, is it not? So I'm sorry, B is in the midpoint, not midpoint, in between point. A, B, C. So AB plus BC is equal to AC. Okay. So this is the condition of collinearity. Then now let us discuss about cross product, which is nothing but vector product. And here you should recollect the corkscrew principle. So when you unscrew or screw, the direction reverses, is it not? So similarly, now along the XY plane, what is that? Along the XY plane, now it rotates in this way, clockwise direction means there is an upward movement towards Z axis, a perpendicular movement, a normal to the XY plane. Are you able to follow this? And in this case, now we have got already this left hand thumb rule in electricity we have seen, is it not? Where FBI we have already discussed, that is force, magnetic field and the electric field, they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, so in that case, how about the current? The current goes up. Okay, then A cross B is equal to, here the formula is modulus of A into modulus of B into sine theta and n cap. That n cap indicates the normal. So this is the one. So if the theta goes in this way, the normal will be upward. If the theta is going in this way, that is the anti-clockwise direction, then it goes downwards. Probably that is, you would have indicated the current direction also based on this. Okay. Now here also we have some set of observations in cross product. So in cross product, A cross B, the resultant is a vector. In the case of dot product, it was scalar, is it not? So it is a scalar. In this case, it is vector. Then A and B are the non-zero vectors. Now, when they become zero, and what is the condition? In this case, A and B are parallel or collinear. Okay, it means the theta is equal to 0 means then it means the A cross B is equal to 0, 0 vector. It cannot be 0 magnitude, 0 vector. Then you can say these two vectors are parallel to each other. Okay, right. Because we know sine 0 in this case. So sine 0 means 0. Then A cross A is equal to 0, and as I already mentioned, these are non-zero vectors. Okay. So in that case, even if it is reversed, one of them is reversed, it results 0 vector only. Okay. Then when theta is equal to pi, the same condition. Okay. So sine 0 means a 0. Similarly, pi is also, it becomes a 0. Then when it is a pi by 2, that is 90 degree, in that case sine 90 is equal to 1. Therefore, B vector cross B vector is equal to modulus of A into modulus of B, right? Then look at this. In this case, let us deal with the unit vectors, that is caps. So here I cap cross I cap, that becomes a 0. Why? Because their angle is 0, is it not? But when they are perpendicular, for instance, I is perpendicular to J, in that case the theta is equal to 90 and sine 90 is equal to 1. Therefore, I cross J is equal to 1. I cross J is equal to 1 into normal, is it not? So that is n cap. So in this case, k cap. Are you able to follow? For instance, along x-axis, I, along y-axis, J. Now, when these two cross, then what will be the resultant? It is k cap, is it not? That is normal to this I, that is xy plane. What is the normal to the xy plane? That is z axis. And what is the unit vector along z axis? That is j cap. K cap. Are you able to understand? And that is why I and j, it becomes k. Do you understand? And similarly, what is j? J is y axis, along y axis. What about k? This one. And if they cross, then what will happen? It results in the normal, that is I cap. Do you understand? So along x-axis. So likewise, the dissimilar cross products results the other uh, cap vector, that is unit vector. For instance, I cross j means k, j cross k means I, k cross I means j. So likewise it goes. But the similar products, when they cross, then they become 0 because their angle is 0. So sine 0 is equal to 0. That is the condition. Okay. And you should be aware of this cyclic vector I, j, k. So it is very easy to find out also. When I and j cross, it becomes k. When j and k cross, it becomes I. When k and I cross, it becomes j. So this is the easy way of remembering cross product. Okay, right. Then, in terms of vector product, the angle between, so we are much worried about once again the angle. So sine theta is equal to, as usual, A cross B divided by modulus of A into modulus of B. So in that case, you have to introduce the modulus for A cross B also. Okay, right. And theta means sine inverse of that one. Okay. Then it is always as a commutative one, A cross B is not equal to B cross A because it is reversed. So in that case, A cross B is equal to minus B cross A. And similarly, A cross B is equal to, that we already know, A into modulus of A into modulus of B into sine theta n cap. So here A vector, B vector and n unit cap, that is n cap, they form a right-handed system, is it not? And therefore, when theta is reversed, naturally, that is, it goes in the other direction. And that is why they are not commutative. So scalar products are commutative, whereas vector products are not commutative. They just reversed. That is, A dot B is equal to B dot A. But A cross B, vector A cross vector B is equal to minus vector B cross vector A. Okay, right. Then, and So these are the various illustrations you can see here. For instance, you have vector A and you have vector B. So A cross B with the normal what n here. Okay. So when it is reversed, what happens? It goes down. When the angle is reversed, it goes down. So when A, it is twisted in this way, then the n cap, the normal acts in this way. When it is reversed, that is a B to A, then it comes downward. The normal comes downward. Okay. So n cap is opposite to the other one. So we can say n1 is minus of n cap. Okay. Now, A cross B is equal to modulus of A into modulus of B into sine theta into n cap. In other case, it is just opposite. So, you can put minus of A cross and B cross, minus of A magnitude and B vector magnitude into sine theta n cap. So, that is equal to minus of B cross A. So, that is why it is commutative. Okay. It is not commutative. Then, but it is reversed. Then let us consider these observations of 4 and 5 where j cross I, when it is reversed, what happens? It becomes minus k. Do you understand? And similarly k cross j vector, it becomes minus I. So you have to remember the sign change when it is reversed and crossed. Okay. Then area of a triangle. So in the area of triangle, as I already mentioned, the CD is the altitude and AC is a vector A, AB is a vector B, and the angle subtended is theta. Now the vectors A and B are adjacent sides of a triangle. So the area can be given as what? 1 by 2 into modulus of vector A cross modulus of vector, modulus of vector A cross B. Okay. So here area of a triangle can be represented as half into AB into CD. We used to say half BH, So it is vectorially notated. Okay. So AB is here as a magnitude of vector B and CD is as A vector sine theta. So the area of triangle ABC can be represented as half into B vector modulus into A vector modulus into sine theta. So it is nothing but 1 by 2 into modulus of A cross B. So you must remember this formula. Then area of a parallelogram. So area of parallelogram means that is you have got the what is the nature of parallelogram? Opposite sides are equal and parallel, is it not? So here AB and DC, they are parallel, equal. The BC and AD are parallel and equal. Let us consider vector A, that is AD, vector AB as B vector. It makes an angle theta and altitude, the height is what? DE. Okay. So in that case, area of parallelogram of ABCD is given as A cross B of modulus. Okay. So it is the modulus of A cross B vector. A vector cross B vector. So that is equal to B vector modulus into A vector modulus then sine theta. So remember this formula and the distributive property, once again you have to be careful about the cross product. So A cross of B plus C is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. And similarly when scalar product is distributed, so lambda A cross B is equal to lambda A cross B, that is equal to A into lambda B. So we can associate in this way. Then the best way is this can be expressed in terms of a matrix, a determinant also here. For instance, vector A and vector B are the two vectors, AB vectors. Their components are A1 I cap, A2 J cap, A3 K cap. And similarly, the components of B vector we know. Okay. So their cross product can be represented in this way. So A cross B is equal to, you can put IJK and A1, A2, A3 in the second row. Third row, B1, B2, B3. And by applying the determinant techniques, we can proceed with this. Okay. So far we have discussed the what do you call the products of vectors, scalar products, vector products, and then what are their observations, then properties exhibited by them, and what are the different conditions also. Then what do you mean by the collinearity and the parallel vectors? What are their conditions? Then what about the non-zero vectors? So you should have some idea about that. And finally, we discuss about the area of a triangle, area of a parallelogram. So, and how it can be interpreted in terms of determinant also. Okay. So all these things are very important, and based on that, you have got plenty of problems to be worked on. Okay.